Jaya Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Yasodana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Yasodana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Yasodana Jaya Yasodhanandana Jaya Brajajanarangana Jaya Brajajanarangana Jaya Yasodhanandana Jaya Yamuna Chirabanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Jaya Yamuna Chirabanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitago Haribo, 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 Nitago Haribo. Jaya Vishnu Paramahansa Parivraj Kacharya Sutta Sattva Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jaya Vishnu Paramahansa Parivraj Kacharya Sutta Sattva Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Ki ISKCON Fanachaya Srila Prabhupada Ki Namachaya Śrīla Śrīdhara Svāmī Ki Grantharasham Bhagavatam Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vinda Ki Nitaya Gopi Manande Jaya Srila Prabhupada Ki Narayana Namaskritya Narayachaiva Naruttamam Devam Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nasta Praye Swabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatu Tamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Vede Ramane Chaiva Purane Bharati Tata Hado Adyan Chamade Hari Savata Giyate Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangu Langarite Grihi Yakipata Ham Vande Sri Guru Dinatarine Paramananda Madhava Dhamma prajita kadabota paramo nimasam satan Vedam vastavam atvasam shvadan tabataya molana Shima Bhagavate Mahamuni Krintin Kivai Para Isvara Sadhyoridi Abarudi Etra Kita Kripitita Krishnan Yashava Yashamanayan Krishna Paramapurushe Bhakti Uttapade Pumsa Sukamo Abhaya Paha Gurave Gurachandaya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tabhaktayo Namo Namo Agyana Trimendasya Ganangana Salakaya Chaksusumrita Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandana Yacha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramadana Devaki Paramananda Krishna Bande Jaga Guru Namamo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pistaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurabhani Pracharine Nivisesa Sunyavadi Pashta Desatarine Vancha Kapaturabhyascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Patitanam Pavanavibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasati Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I thank everyone for being here this morning to this auspicious Srimad Bhagavatam class discussion. And also thank those who are watching from the Vrindavan TV. So today is February 15th, the day after the Vasant Panchami, the beginning of the spring. Actually, Lord Krishna says in the Gita that among all the seasons, there are 6 seasons. He said, I am the spring, Vasant. So it's very, very dear to Krishna. He said, I'm the spring season. And it's this season whereby Lord Krishna's many confidential pastimes begins, especially pastimes with the gopis of Vrindavan. So, and we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 52, text 33. This is about Rukmini sending a letter, a love letter to Krishna. So it's very, very interesting. She had written the letter and then gave this letter to a brāhmaṇa to go and deliver the letter. Because she does not want to get married to Sishupal. And of course, Rukmini is Krishna's eternal wife. But in this particular Leela, this chapter here is going to be the beginning of Krishna getting married to so many women. This is the beginning. Rukmini is the first wife. And before that, Krishna was a brahmachari. Yeah, he was a brahmachari before that. So there was one time when here in Vrindavan, the gopis, they wanted to go and give some offering, some food offering to diverse money. And then, so this was during the rainy season, and Krishna was there. So the gopis, they wanted to go, and the diverse money, he lived across Yamuna. And that time, Yamuna River was completely flooded, big river. So, and the gopis, they're supposed to cross Yamuna to go and give this offering to Krishna. Not to Krishna, to diverse money. So they asked Krishna that, how are we going to cross the river? How is that possible? And Krishna said, well, you chant a mantra. If you chant this mantra, you'll be able to cross the river easily. And what is the mantra? The mantra is Krishna Nitya Brahmachari. that Krishna is eternally a brahmachari. So when the gopis heard it, they started laughing. Say, what do you mean you're eternally brahmachari? You are dancing with us, you are kissing us, and you are saying that you're brahmachari? So, well, Krishna said, well, if you want to cross the river, you better chant this mantra. Krishna Nitya Brahmachari, and Yamuna will easily give you way. So, taking Krishna by his words, so they chanted this mantra, the Krishna Nitya Brahmachari, and then they easily cross the river. So it's very interesting pastimes, which was narrated in the Gopatapani Upanishad. So here, Rukmini is the first Krishna's wife, the first one, Rukmini. So now, today we're just going to be discussing the contents, actually Krishna welcoming the brāhmaṇa into his palace in Dwaka. So text 33. So it's on the board. We can repeat. Viprān sva-lābha-santuṣṭān sādhūn bhūta-suhṛttamān nirahaṅkāriṇaḥ śāntān namasye śirasāsakṛt viprān sva-lābha-santuṣṭān sādhūn bhūta-suhṛttamān nirahaṅkāriṇaḥ śāntān namasye śirasāsakṛt viprān sva-lābha-santuṣṭān sādhūn bhūta-suhṛttamān nirahaṅkāriṇaḥ śāntān namasye śirasāsakṛt. You can please join. Ladies. Namasye śirasāsakṛt. Viprān sva-lābha-santuṣṭān. Viprān to the learned brāhmaṇas. Swa, their own labor by the gain. Santuṣṭān, satisfied. Sādhūn, saintly. Bhūta, of all living beings, suhṛt-tamān, the best well-wishing friends, nirahaṅkāriṇaḥ, devoid of false ego, śāntān, peaceful, namasye, I bow down, śirasā, with my head, asakṛt, again and again. Translation and purport by the BBT. I repeatedly bow my head in respect to those brāhmaṇas who are satisfied with their lot. Saintly, prideless, and powerful, they are the best well-wishers of all living beings. Purport. Abel, not yet to come at it. This is coming. Then I can consider. Śrīla Śrīdhara Svāmī explains that sva-lābha also means achieving one's self, or in other words, self-realization. Thus, an advanced brāhmaṇa is always satisfied with his spiritual understanding, never depending on material formalities or facilities. Hare Krishna. Viprān sva-lābha-santuṣṭān sādhūn bhūta-suhṛttamān nirahaṅkāriṇaḥ namasye śirasāsakṛt. So Lord Krishna is talking to the brāhmana, who was basically the messenger of Rukmini Devi. He said, I repeatedly bow my head in respect to those brāhmanas who are satisfied with their own lot. Saintly, prideless, and peaceful, they are the best well-wisher of all living beings. Viprān sva-lābha-santuṣṭān sādhūn bhūta-suhṛttamān. So various qualities of brāhmanas have been mentioned in this text. So the viprān means the brāhmanas. And so Krishna says that these brāhmanas, sva-lābha-santuṣṭān, they are very, very, whatever comes of their own accord, they are very, very satisfied with whatever they receive, which means they don't have hankering for possessions. In the 11th canto Bhagavatam, so Lord Krishna was describing the qualities of this satisfied devotees who sometimes they have to go out, especially in the morning, for what we call madhukari. So normally the sadhus, every day, they will go and collect, like in the morning, they go, different places, house to house, and to collect items for their maintenance of that particular day. And they will collect, but they will never over-collecting. They will never collect more than enough. Once whatever they have is enough to take, which means they will not store for the next day. They will only collect only for that particular day only, not for the next day. For tomorrow or the after tomorrow, which means there's no storage. They just, whatever they collect for that particular day for their maintenance, once they have enough, they will stop the collection. So that is the special quality of the special characteristics of these great devotees. So Krishna said, because these brāhmanas, he said because they're always satisfied with whatever comes to them, they're satisfied with it. They don't no hankering. And then Krishna said that they are bhūta-suhṛttamān, that they are also They are the well-wisher of all living entities. Just like another verse in Bhagavatam, Ajata Sattva Santa Sadhava Sadhubhusanam, that the sadhus, they have no enemy, and they are very satisfied, and they are the well-wisher of all living entities. So Krishna is describing this person. He said because they have no sense of any false ego. Nirahaṅkāriṇaḥ, no sense of false ego. And Krishna said that I bow my head to them. This is the supreme, who's the supreme Bhagavan, who everybody is worshipping. But Krishna said to these brāhmaṇas, I bow my head to them. So we're going to try to discuss some of these situations. Because being a brāhmana is by quality, not by name tag. Brāhmana means quality. In the chapter 13 also of the 12 and 13 Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna describe this different Brahmanic quality. So there was one boy. So this boy, he was the son of a prostitute. His name was Jabal. Very famous story in the Upanishads. So this boy, he approached Agastya Muni that he wanted to enter Gurukul. He liked to enter the Gurukul of the Rishi. So when he went to the sage and asked the sage that he wanted to enter the Gurukul of the sage, so the sage asked him that, Kim Kutrasi, who's your father? What Gota you belong to? So the boy said, I don't know. I don't know which Gotra I belong to, because he doesn't know, because his mother was a prostitute. And the mother, I've had so many relations, obviously. So he doesn't know who his father is. So then the sage told him, okay, you go to your mother and ask him, who's your father? So the boy went to the mother and asked, he said, King Gotra asked me, who is my father? What is my heritage? The mother said, I don't know, because I've had, so many relations with men. How will I know who your father is? I don't know. So the boy went back to the sage and said that, look, my mother doesn't know because of having so many relations with men. She doesn't know. So because the boy was truthful, which is the main quality of a brāhmana, so he was taken into the Gurukul. He was accepted. They said, yeah, this boy is a true brāhmana because he's truthful. So being a brāhmana is a quality, and that's what Lord Krishna has mentioned here, the quality being in honesty, satisfaction, whatever comes. Now we have the case of Kana. So Kana, he went to Parasuram to have knowledge, especially the Artha Sastra. And Parasuram, normally we only take brāhmaṇas, those who are born from brāhmanas. He will only take them. He will not take anybody else. So Kana presents himself as a brāhmana. He said, I am a brāhmana, and so therefore I'm a son of a brāhmana. So therefore, give me the teaching. So then he was given the teaching, and he was given the Artha Sastra and all that. So there was one time when his guru was sleeping on the leg of Kana. He was sleeping, and he put his head on the lap. And as the guru put his leg on the lap of Kana, and then there was a very terrible insect. So this insect came and was biting to the flesh of Kana. It was digging. This insect was biting, and this blood was coming out. But Kana is a Kshatriya, so he tolerated it. Because Kanha did not want to disturb his guru who was taking rest. So he tolerated the biting of the insect. And then the guru, he woke up. So when he woke up and he saw that there was blood everywhere. There was blood everywhere. And then he asked Kanha that, what is this? Well, Kanha said, well, when you were sleeping, an insect was biting into my leg, into my thigh, but I did not want to disturb you because, Guru means to be pleased. He didn't want to disturb you, so therefore, I did not do anything. So when the Guru said, he said that, oh, you have lied to me. You said you're a Brahmana because a Brahmana would never tolerate such a thing. Only a Kshatriya could have such tolerance. So therefore, you have deceived me. You have been dishonest. So therefore, I curse you. Whatever mantra I've taught you, when that time comes, when you will most need it, you will forget it. So in this way, Kanha was cursed, and then that became the cause of his being defeated by Arjuna. So Rukmini, knowing how Krishna is very affectionate to the brahmanas and the cow, just like we chant this mantra, Namo Brahmanya, Divaya Gu Brahmana Ichaya, that Krishna is very, very affectionate to the cows and the brahmanas. Krishna is very, very affectionate to those two entities. So therefore, Rukmini sent a brahmana to Krishna with a love letter that you go and deliver this letter to Krishna in Dwarka. So the many instances, just like here in Vrindavan, for example, we know Krishna will not wear shoe here in Vrindavan. He will not wear shoe because the cow is very dear to him. So therefore, he will not wear shoe because the cows do not wear shoe. And also, when Indra, when he offended Lord Krishna by trying to cause disturbance in Vrindavan, so Indra find out that now, if he see that he has committed such a great offense, now what should he do? So he went to Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma told him that, well, you better go and beg forgiveness from Krishna. And since you cannot go directly in front of Krishna, so you better take Surabhi with you. You keep Surabhi in front, then Krishna will be, will listen to your prayer. So therefore, Indra came to Vrindavan with the Surabhi in order to beg the forgiveness. And also, one time, Bhrigumuni, he was requested by all the sages to go and find out who is the supreme among Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva. So Bhrigumuni was requested, and then Bhrigu was, first he went to Lord Brahma, he spoke, he will not greet his own father because Lord Brahma is the father of Bhrigumuni. So Lord Brahma was angry with him, but he didn't kill him. And then he went to Lord Shiva. Then he spoke harshly to Lord Shiva that, oh, you always be accompanied by all the ghostly demonic entities, so therefore don't touch me. So Lord Shiva wanted to kill him, but Lord Shiva was prevented by his wife Parvati Devi. And then Bhrigu went to the abode of Vishnu. So he went to Vishnu, and he immediately kicked Vishnu on the chest. You can just imagine, he kicked Vishnu on the chest. So he kicked Vishnu on the chest. Then when Lord Vishnu, then he simply said, oh, my dear Brahmana, I must have, please forgive me that my chest was on the way. And then he started rubbing, the the feet of Brigo, that, oh, please forgive my offenses and all that. This is, so which means Lord Krishna will never do anything against the brāhmaṇas. Very, very affectionate to the brāhmaṇas. And here the Lord is saying here that I bow my head to this brāhmaṇa, bow my head, explaining their qualities. He said, I bow my head to them. Namasye, śirasāsakṛt. I pay my obeisances to the brāhmaṇas with my head. So this, these some of these things that is very, very difficult to conceive. That how come the Lord, that even no matter what the brāhmaṇas, no matter what they do, the Lord will not do anything against them. So in the going further on this verse, so Śrīla Jiva Goswami, he said that happy by being satisfied, they make others happy by other accompanying qualities. Thus, they are worthy of worship. This is talking of the brāhmaṇas. Because the brāhmaṇas, they are happy, always happy. No matter what they have, no matter where they are always happy. I offer respect to all of them individually. They are free of desire and hatred, śāntān, or are fixed in truth. The order of qualities is with the best in last place, śāntān. Not only do I offer respects with words, but with my head many times. So it's just start to paraphrase whatever the Lord is saying in these circumstances. And then there is a verse which was cited from the 11th canto of the Bhagavatam. This is the Uddhava Gita. So in the Uddhava Gita, 11th canto, Lord Krishna is talking to Uddhava. And in that he said, Akinchana Shadantasa Santasya Samachetasa Maya Santuṣṭā Manasa Sabha Sukha Maya Disha. So this is Lord Krishna talking to Uddhava. He said, this is talking about the qualities of the brāhmaṇas. He said, one who does not desire anything of this world and who is peaceful, self-controlled, always equal to everyone, and self-satisfied, finds only happiness wherever he goes. And of course, when we talk of brāhmaṇa, we're talking of devotees, because devotees are the real brāhmaṇas. Brāhmaṇa means whose life is only Krishna. They have no other purpose of existence except the Lord. So the real brāhmaṇas are the Vaishnavas. And the quality of the devotees is being mentioned here: peaceful, self-control, always equal to everyone, and always self-satisfied. And they find happiness only wherever they go. So in there are two commentaries here, one by Śrīla Vishnu Chakravarti, and the other one is by Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta. He said, Śrīla Vishnu Chakravarti Part said, a devotee who is always meditating upon Lord Krishna experiences transcendental sound, touch, form, flavor, and aroma by means of transcendental senses. This is due to the causeless mercy of Lord Krishna, upon whom one's mind and senses are completely engaged. Such a person finds only happiness wherever he goes. When a very wealthy man travels all over the world, wherever he may stay, he will enjoy the same luxurious standard of comfort. Similarly, one who is advanced in Krishna consciousness constantly experiences transcendental happiness because Lord Krishna is all-pervading. The word kinchana indicates the so-called enjoyable things of this world, one who is akinchana has correctly understood that material sense gratification is simply the glare of illusion. And therefore, such a person is dantashya, or self-control, peaceful, and maya santuṣṭān, completely satisfied with his transcendental experience of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta said, those who are capable of controlling their senses, who are not bewildered by material desires, who do not desire anyone as inferior to them, who are always satisfied in whichever condition they are put into by the Supreme Lord, and who have no inclination to possess anything of this material world, can experience happiness everywhere. So in this regard, one should carefully consider this verse from Chaitanya Chandramrita by Prabodhananda Saraswati. Kaivaya narakayeta tidasa puakasa puspayate dudantindriya kala sapa patali prutkala dansya yate Vishwam puna sukayate vidi mahendrescha kitayate yat karunya kataksha vaibhava vatam tam goram evastunan. For those who have attained the merciful sidelong glance of Lord Chaitanya, impersonal liberation becomes as palatable as going to hell. The heavenly cities of the demigods become as enticing as flowers imagined to be floating in the sky. The poisonous fangs of the untamable black snakes of the senses are broken. The whole world becomes full of joy, and Brahma, Indra, and all the other great demigods become as insignificant as tiny insects. So this is the prayer, talking about those who have surrendered themselves, their life, to Lord Sri Krishna. So the devotees are always great. For example, Lord Krishna said that Sadhavo Hridaye Mayam. He said, devotees, they are my heart. You know, just like Natsalanotam Dasako, he said, Tumare Hridaye, Tumare Hridaye, what is that? Sada Govinda Vishram. That in your heart, Govinda is resting. He's talking of the devotees. That Govinda is resting in your heart. And then Govinda said that, what is that? Govinda Kohina Mama Vaishnava Param. That Govinda said, the Vaishnavas are my heart. So which means, it just imagines, Krishna said that the Vaishnavas, they are my heart. If one offend the Vaishnava, which means one is offending Krishna. Because Krishna said that the Vaishnavas are very dear to me. The Vaishnavas are my heart. So we have this very good example of Dhruva's Muni, who went to the palace of Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj was a great devotee of the Lord, great Vaishnava, great devotee. So, an Ambarish Maharaj, he had been observing Ekadasi. Normally Ekadasi, you fast on Ekadasi, you fast the day before. There is a way to observe Ekadasi. In the evening, you fast, you don't eat nothing in the evening. And then the whole day, you don't eat anything. That's basically Nijal. And then the next morning, then you have to break the Ekadasi in the morning. So Ambarish Maharaj, he was observing Ekadasi strictly. And then in the morning, he had to break his fast. So just before he was about to break his fast, at that time, Dhruva Muni came. Dhruva Muni, a great sage. So he came. So, of course, when the great guests come to your house, you have to, you cannot eat anything before. So when Devasmuni came, and then Ambarish was very happy that he had come, so he requested him to go and do his morning snans, morning duty, morning bathing in the river, so that the preparation can be made for him. So so Devasmuni, he went to the forest, and he went to the river, he bathed, he went there. In the meanwhile, Ambarish Maharaj, it was time for him to break the fast. So he was worried, and then he was asking the brāhmaṇas that the time is come, because the Dwadasi, the fast must be broken at a certain time. And the time is come, so what to do? What to do? Then so he asked for the advice of the brāhmaṇas. So the brāhmana advised him that, well, you can drink water, because drinking the water is considered to be breaking the fast, and at the same time it's also considered to be non-breaking the fast. So the water serves two purposes. So Ambarish Maharaj decided to follow the brāhmana's advice. So then he decided to drink the water. Just as he was drinking the water, all of a sudden, Devasmuni appeared. He came. So when Devasmuni came, he became angry. Ambarish Maharaj said, how dare you? How dare you drinking water when you have not honored your guest? How dare you? So Devasmuni, being a great sage, full of mystic power, so he decided to punish Ambarish Maharaj. So he decided to punish Ambarish Maharaj, so he took a hair from his head, smashed it on the ground, and then a big demon came out. A big demon, big fiery demon, came out to kill Ambarish Maharaj. But Ambarish Maharaj, he was a devotee of the Lord. He did not even protest. He was simply remain prayerful to the Lord. So when this demon was produced by Devasmuni, so immediately Sudarshan Chakra came. So Sudarshan Chakra came and killed this demon, and then was chasing, now was not going after Devasmuni. So when Devasmuni saw the chakra coming, he started running all over the planet, all over he was running. And no matter wherever he goes, the chakra was chasing him, no matter where he goes. So he was going everywhere. Lord Shiva could not help him, nobody could help him, Lord Brahma could not help him. And then he went to Lord Vishnu. Because he went to Lord Vishnu, to the planet of Lord Vishnu, and then Devasmuni was praying to Lord Vishnu that please help me. This is your chakras coming. Please help me, because Devasmuni is a sage, he's a brāhmana, and also he was not an ordinary sage. He is an expansion of Lord Shiva. So he was not an ordinary person. But in this particular case, he had offended a Vaishnava. He had offended a great Vaishnava. So the Lord Vishnu told him, I cannot help you. I'm powerless. He said, myself, I don't have no power, because my devotees, my devotees are greater than me, Lord Vishnu said. So my devotees are greater than me, so I cannot do anything to help you. Yes, you're a great brāhmana. You're a brāhmana, but I'm sorry, I can't do anything. So therefore, if you want to be saved from this Sudarshan Chakra, which is a Sudarshan Chakra of mine, then you have to go. You have to go to the Ambarish, to the king. So this who is a great devotee, you have to go and beg forgiveness from him. And if he forgive you, then you can be released. But if he doesn't forgive you, then there's nothing you can do. So Krishna said that I am powerless because you have offended my devotees. Which is, of course, it's a great lesson for us that, yes, I want us to be very, very careful in committing offenses against the Vaishnava. Because if you commit offense against the Vaishnava, there is no forgiveness. Krishna himself will not forgive you. if you commit offenses. So only if that Vaishnava forgive you, that's only way you can be forgiven. Because, and of course, when Ambarish, when Devasmani was going all over the place, he's trying to save himself from this Sudarshan chakra. A period of 1 year already gone by, but Ambarish Maharaj, he was still at the same place. He was still prayerful because he was just, just standing at the same place. So when Devasmani could not be saved by Lord Vishnu, so he came back to Ambarish and actually paid obeisance to Ambarish Maharaj. He prostrated himself before Ambarish Maharaj. And of course, Ambarish Maharaj will not take offense. The Vaishnavas are very simple. As they say, simplicity is Vaishnavism. The Vaishnavas are very simple. They don't take any offense to anyone. But one has to be very, very careful in dealing with the Vaishnava. As they said, that the offenses to a Vaishnava is considered to be the mad elephant offense. That no matter what one has accumulated in spiritual life, it can all be exterminated if one offended Vaishnava. If this is one, when you reach Charitamrita, you'll find so many of these instances. Just like Chapalagopa, who was a resident of Nadia, but it was very, very offensive to Srivas Thakur. And Srivas Thakur, when this Chapalagopa, it became offensive to Srivas Thakur, so he became infected by leprosy. His body was all been eaten up by insects. So when Mahaprabhu started these pastimes of Nam Sankirtan, and this fellow was suffering, so he approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, please, my dear Lord, please relieve me from this suffering. Relieve me from this suffering. But Mahaprabhu said, Mahaprabhu became very, very angry at him. Said that, you've committed such an offense to the great Vaishnava, to the great Srivas Thakur. So therefore, you're going to suffer for millions and millions of lifetimes. Not just this one, but for millions and millions of lifetimes, you will suffer. But the only way you can be relieved is if you go back and submit yourself to the lotus feet of Srivas Thakur. That's the only way you can be forgiven. So this Chapalagopa, he went to Srivas Thakur and then prayed to him. And of course, again, as we said, the Vaishnava, they don't take any grudge. That's the quality of the great Vaishnava. They will never take any grudge. I mentioned here that, bhūta-suhṛttamān, they are the well-wishers of all living entities. They don't consider anyone their friend or enemy. They have equal vision to one and all. Suhṛt-tamān, they are well-wishing. And that's why we said that the Vaishnava, those who are preachers, when they see the suffering humanity, they cannot bear to see the suffering humanity. So therefore they go and preach, they go and spread Krishna consciousness, because they cannot bear the suffering of humanity. So therefore, Suhṛt-tamān, they are the well-wisher of everyone. So in this way, so Lord Krishna is saying, he said, namasye śirasāsakṛt. I pay my respect, I pay my obeisances to these great sadhus, this great Vaishnava. So the Lord is talking this way to this Brahman who had been sent by Rukmini. And the Brahmana is not just an ordinary Brahmana, he was also a devotee of the Lord. It's not just an ordinary Brahmana. As I said, Brahmana, unless you know Vishnu, you're not Brahman. Brahman means who knows Vishnu, who knows the origin of everything. So the law is, which means if the law is saying this, so about us, So basically, we have to always remain prayerful to the great Vaishnava, to the great devotees, and we always make sure that we don't commit any offenses at the feet of the Vaishnavas. So, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So any comments? a question. Jai Prabhuji.
The varnashram system, Vaishyas and Kshatriyas, and then also brāhmaṇas, and a lot of rules and regulations, and you have to do a lot of austerities. It seems like if you read in the 11th canto, what are the requirements? And it seems in Kali Yuga almost impossible to follow all those rules and regulations and strictures. And so how does Krishna consciousness, are we exempt from following those things? Because it seems like you see devotees with nice cars, and nice motorcycles, and nice phones, and nice silk cloth or whatnot. So how does renunciation and following the varnashram system according to how it's supposed to be, and in Kali Yuga being engaged in devotional service, or is there some exemption there because of preaching?
Well, as I said, simplicity is Vaishnavism. How a devotee has to be naturally very simple and also maintain the level of detachment. I mentioned that the main characteristics of the followers of Chaitanya Prabhu is their level of their renunciation. The level of their renunciation, that's what distinguishes. They are very renounced. They are very detached for any form of material sense gratification. But sometimes, I know that many of us will know that sometimes, like as they say, you like to play with fire. Playing with fire, like when we are using, sometimes we have all these material necessities, rather than engaging them in the service of the Lord, we say that, I can have this, I can have that, and at the same time also I can be a devotee, or maybe I can use something in the service of Krishna. Whereas in the back of our mind, we are not really detached from the attempt to enjoy. We are not detached from that. So I think that's how the devotees get into trouble. So again, just like Śrīla Prabhupada, he will often say in his many interviews, he said that, in our centers we have, like, I have so many cars. I have so many cars. So when they ask him that, do you have cars? He said, yes, I have cars. I have many cars. But each of those cars, what they are used for, they are 100% used for the service of Krishna. So therefore, devotees, they are very detached from their own particular sense gratification, but at the same time, they can accumulate things for the service. If Krishna wants it, they can accumulate things for the service of Krishna. But one has to be very, very careful, and that's why we have to follow the footsteps of the Acharya.
I'll keep my motorcycle then, okay?
Yeah. So we have to be, follow the footsteps of the great acharyas, basically.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you for the nice class. You mentioned that Krishna was a celibate. So prior to his marriage with Rukmani, he had his association with Tribhakra. And prior to his association with Tribhakra, he had association with the gopis. So how come we come to this very conclusion that he was really a brahmachari or a celibate?
This comes from the mouth of Krishna himself. He said, Krishna told the gopi, you chant this mantra, Krishna Nitya Brahmachari, you chant this, you'll be able to cross the Yamuna. So, Krishna being the Supreme Brahman, and being the Supreme Brahman, even though he can associate with everything, but at the same time he can be detached from everything at the same time. This is how this episode was explained this way. Because when the gopis told but after they bring the item to Devas Muni, and Devas Muni asked the gopis that, how did you cross the river? How did you cross Yamuna? That Yamuna is overflowing. How did you cross? So the gopis said that, we crossed Yamuna because we chanted this mantra, which was given to us by Krishna. And this mantra is Krishna Nitya Brahmachari. So, and then of course Devasamani was laughing, and then the gopis, so all the food that they were given to Devasamani, He ate everything. And then, so the gopis now, they have to go back. So how are they going to go back when the money is overflowing? So they asked the Vasamuni. So the Vasamuni said, okay, you chant this mantra, the verse Nihari, that the Vasa did not eat any food. So when the gopis said that you did not eat any food, but you just consumed all this big beef offering we brought, how can you say that you did not eat any food? So the Vasa said, well, if Krishna can be eternal brahmachari, then I also can also be not eat any food. So in this way, you have some of these lessons like that. Krishna can be a brahmachari, and at the same time can be the lovers of unlimited numbers of gopis.
So that's what is very difficult for us to understand as mundaners.
So therefore, we should not use our mundane knowledge, intelligence to understand transcendental matters. We cannot use our mundane, knowledge or intelligence to understand the transcendental matters. If you do that, we get confused.
Yeah, really. At the end, I'm confused, and that's why I asked the question.
Yeah, I know. So therefore, just accept what we said by Acharya. Just.
But thank you for.
You chant Krishna's name, the confusion will go away.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Thank you.
At the back. Yeah, I know time is gone.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So, how can we understand if Krishna says in the Gita that Nehabhikrama nashusti pratavayo navedite, anything you do is never diminished, but by Vaishnava aparad, then it's all exterminated, our spiritual progress. How can we understand?
Yeah, Nehabhikrama, yeah. Yeah, it is neutralized because some suffering may be there. But again, the Vaishnava, what they call it, Paraduka Doki, they are very, very compassionate. And, the Vaishnava will even if the Lord is not merciful, the Vaishnava will be merciful unto you. So that's why it's always good to get the mercy of the Vaishnava. We commit offenses because of our own ahankara, because of our own ego. So therefore we commit offenses. So again, yes, whatever you do, it does not there's no loss for the accumulation. It again begins in the next life, whereby you come back again, you become a bhakta again. That's this and that, like that. So, like to comment on that, Prabhu?
That whatever you've done is a permanent asset, but as Prabhu said, that it's stunted if we commit offense, so it's not going anywhere. And then as you try to realize that you're, how to behave properly, or, ask for forgiveness, because naturally one who's advancing, then again it picks up from where it left off. It's not that you lose it. Like, it just gets stunted until you start behaving properly. Then you're going to continue to be giving some allowance. Otherwise, you get no allowance.
This lot of answers being raised today.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the very nice class. My question to you is that, living in Shri Vrindavan Dham, we can't live here without the mercy of Shri Radha Shyam-Sundar and Śrīla Prabhupada. So, we live here on rent, or just trying to serve. And then devotees who own that place, they want to throw out devotees anyhow to make more money. So, yeah. It's about offense.
Talk to the management on that one. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for a nice class. I would like to ask you something about committing offenses unknowingly. Because for some of us, we are not so often coming to the holy place. English is not our mother language. So we have difficulty sometimes even to express ourselves, to write something to other devotee. And we make confusion in the minds of other devotees by our behavior, speaking. or acting. This morning is something terrible happened to me. I wanted to embrace one devotee friend who is leaving today, but by putting my hands like this, I pushed one devotee a little. I didn't saw him. He was behind my back. And I was feeling very, very, very sorry and very hurt. I apologize to him, of course. But that just remind me that even we are trying to avoid the offenses, unknowingly we may do it on any way. So how to overcome this, and can you give me some advice? Thank you.
Yeah, the best way is to always be, paying one's obeisance to the Vaishnava. He mentioned that like Raghunadas Goswami, every day he will pay his pranam to devotees 1,000 times a day. So, because we don't know who we are offending, who we are not offending, we don't know. It may happen. Actually, there's one particular episode. Rupa Goswami, he was once experiencing Lila of Krishna, Lila Smaranam. And this particular Lila, he was laughing. Seeing the Lila, he was laughing. But there was one devotee who happened to be crippled. He was walking by at that particular time. So when he was walking by, he saw Rupa Goswami laughing. So he thought that Rupa Goswami was laughing at him because he was crippled. So, and this Vaishnava left. So the next morning, Rupa Goswami is normal, sadhana meditation. The next morning, Rupa Goswami could not experience the lila. He could not see the lila. So he asked Sanatana Goswami that if I sit today, I cannot see the lila. What happened today? So Sanatana Goswami replied that maybe you must have offended the Vaishnava. So Rupa Goswami said, how is that possible? I don't see myself offending the Vaishnava. How is that possible? So, and Sanatana Goswami said that, okay, you conduct a feast. Have a feast and invite all the Vaishnavas to come. If someone didn't come, if someone doesn't come, you will know that maybe that person was not happy. So Rupa Goswami, he organized a Vaishnava bhojan, a Vaishnava feast. And then this particular day, one particular person, he did not come because he was mortified that Rupa Goswami was laughing at him, which is not really the case, but he was feeling that way. So this person didn't come. So Sanatana Goswami said that yes, this person must have felt some kind of appreciation or something. So they went to him and asked him that why you did not come to take prasad. So this person explained that, well, the previous day I was coming and then you were laughing at me. So Sanatana Goswami had to explain to him that, look, this is not the case. Rupa Goswami was experiencing Lila. He was laughing at the divine pastimes, not at you. So eventually this Vaishnava was happy, was satisfied. So it can happen that we may commit unknowing offenses. So, but that's where the only way to overcome that is by always being very full of our, always pay respect to the Vaishnava, to the devotees. That's what in this way, we see ourselves always as the servant of the devotees, not as the master. Then we can avoid this. Okay. Anyway, I think time is gone. So thank you very much. Jai Śrīla Prabhupada ki. Grantasam Bhagavatam ki. Gopi Manande.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,